Hey guys, this is Erin from the Hair Nerds, and I'm here with Jake Thompson.
Hey guys.
So we just thought we would hang out. We are hardcore stalkers of Jake for a long time. I mean, we've kind of weaseled our way into his lives. We say that we're like basically best friends. So
We are best friends.
I mean, duh. Totally.
We are
So we were sitting down with Milady Pro, and we just thought we'd talk about Naha a little bit, and about Jake and the Hair Nerds are kind of working on a project with Beauty Gifts Back. It supports the Thirst Project, which is a charity that is dedicated to ending the global water crisis. And Jake is one of our art team members, and so we're going across the country to hair schools, and he's donating a day of education so that you can take a class from him, and then all the proceeds go to ending the global water crisis. There are like 784 million people, so almost a billion people without access to clean and safe drinking water. And the Thirst Project is working to build wells in Swaziland and then in those third world countries to help ending it.
And I know this resonated really strong with me because, I know, this might be me being kind of funny, but I know when I drink too much, I'm really thirsty the next day. And I know if
a little
people
dehydrated.
are, very, very dehydrated. So water is something that people need, and I resonate well with it, and I wanted to donate my time with it. And I respect Erin, I respect Eden, and I respect what they do. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And Charlie Price is also an art team
Yes.
member, and you guys have kind of this like, I call it dating. They're having a love affair right now, but this collaboration. Do you want to tell us a little bit about?
Okay, so yeah, Charlie Price and I. Charlie Price is a well-respected hairdresser in the industry. Been in the industry a long time. Super funny, very controversial, and he will push your buttons most likely on social media. But Charlie, how this relationship started was, this was at Naha a few years back, and we were at the Eye Candy having a few drinks.
Or 10.
And I basically said to him, because he was starting this whole Beauty Underground magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's his magazine, and it's an independent magazine that's based on just art, art all the way around, from hair to makeup to, there's canvas, there's
Right.
artists in there,
Yeah.
there's whatever, and he had asked me to contribute to the magazine, and I was like, I'd love to. And so at that point, I had sent him an email, and because this was just kind of hearsay after drinking, whatever. Some of our best relationships are met.
Hairdresser networking.
Yes, hairdresser networking. So with that, I had basically sent him an email, and I had just said to him, I was like, Charlie, I'd love to collaborate with you. And he's like, really? And I was like, yes, I would. And my whole reason for doing this was I wanted to get to know Charlie Price. That's it. I want to come to his hometown, stay with him, and get to know who he is as a person. Because in this industry, we're friends with a bunch of people,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes that friendship goes so far. So
Totally.
I wanted it to be a closer friendship, and that's what started the chaos from that point on. So what we're doing is, it's called Thompson Price, and Thompson Price is a collaboration, and it's two individuals that aren't affiliated with the manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that we won't be one day, but just we aren't, and we strive off the power of being independent.
And being able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, doing whatever we want, which is awesome. So, and we've built some collections together. We've kind of developed a small cutting system, and we're
Mm-hmm.
just trying to share with the industry what it is to be an independent artist.
Absolutely. Well, and Charlie and I have had a couple of conversations about the younger generations in our industry not knowing about those original innovators and those people who really laid the groundwork for what we do today. I mean, we've met hair school students who weren't familiar with Vidal Sassoon. You're at a breakfast with Eden Sassoon, his daughter, and they're like, oh, my mom's mentioned him. We had the shampoo when I was a little kid.
Totally.
And Charlie had said, that you guys were kind of like looking to really kind of bring some of those stories to life for new professionals, for old professionals who aren't familiar.
Totally. And it really comes down to stalking, stalking
Right.
again.
It's the name of the
And
game.
I think that hairdressers, our industry only goes back so far. And one of the questions I like to ask, in my classes when I teach is, and I'll name off a few names, kind of names that nobody's really ever heard of, but they're really big hairdressers. And I'm like, by a raise of hands, who's all heard of them? And not very many hands. I was like, listen, guys, I go, you need to research these people. These are the people that have laid the groundwork for who we are today, and what trends and all sorts of stuff. So I think with Charlie's being an advocate of loving his brand, and that's why I wanted to attach my brand to his brand, so we could kind of coexist and basically share with people that hair is the drug.
I mean, and obviously we love that. Now you are also an avid photographer, a very accomplished photographer. Are you guys collaborating on shoots at all? Like what's...
Yes.
And do you find that you enjoy one over the other now?
Photography was kind of a natural progression. I had got burned from a photographer, and he kind of botched one of my collections, and it was kind of the main driving source to start shooting. And I think with anything, I just bought a camera, bought some lighting, didn't know anything about it, and I just started to play around. And my photos looked really, really bad for many shoots.
Right.
So it wasn't until you just keep persisting and going at it. Yes, Charlie and I have done shoots together. We will do a lot more shoots together. This Quiet Noise collection we shot, Kevin Alexander out of Denver shot it, which I was so cool with. I still love having other photographers shoot stuff because then I can be a hairdresser on set.
Right.
And sometimes when I'm a photographer, I have to be looking at, I have to get the photography thing perfect, and then I have to get the hair thing perfect. And so I need a lot more assistance on set to try and help me out with that. But when I can just be the hairdresser, I love it. That's my main passion right there. Photography is still a huge passion of mine, and I still will shoot my collections. I've had hairdressers reach out to me to shoot their Nahas. I will. It depends on the person though, and it depends on, because I'm not trying to take money from amazing photographers like Keith Bryce or like Babak or anybody like that. Like I'm not trying to compete with them. Like I'm just trying to. I like shooting my
collaborate
stuff, you know what I mean?
And create
or
art.
If it's a collaboration kind of thing, like it's not my main. Oh my gosh, I'm going to try and be the next Babak. Like that's not my thing. So I just like to have that as an arsenal of tools in my bag.
Yeah, but we are at NAHA and PBA Beauty Week, and you have definitely won, NAHA and been a finalist several times. What is there a secret in the sauce, or do you think it really just depends on that year? Like, what's your secret ingredient?
You know what? I don't think I have a secret ingredient because it's been so different from 2011 to 12 to 13 to 14. All those years were so different. And I think that there are some hairdressers that they find something that works for them really well, and they kind of play off that, and they kind of keep doing that. I don't think I've ever tried to do that. I think I try and just do what inspires me that year, and trying to, I guess you could say it's hit and miss, like NAHA, like sometimes you think you have the most amazing thing and you don't get nominated at all, or you think you're going to win that year and somebody else takes it and you're like, I don't know. I don't know what the secret mix is. You win some, you lose some, but I do know for sure that persistence is key when entering NAHA. Like if you don't get it the first year, try again. You don't get it the second year, try again. I didn't win for 6 years.
Yeah.
Entering year after year after year, and I finally won. So
what kept you entering? Because I mean, it's not like, oh, I woke up on a Saturday morning and I was like, dude, we should totally shoot NAHA today and like grab a nomination. I mean, it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of money when you don't have a product sponsor backing your stuff. I mean, it's cash out of your bank account. So what about that NAHA competition kept you spending your money to do it?
Well, see, that's the thing too, is I changed my mindset to Naha was more about me just showing off a collection I wanted to create. Naha was a gateway for me to share something that I had done, and this was my way of showing the industry. And if I got a nomination from it, great. And if I didn't,
that's cool too.
Whatever. So I think it was me as an artist, as a kid, like as a young kid, I always dreamt of creating really, really cool things. And even today, I still dream of that. So it's taking the dream I have and making it a reality. So that's what keeps me entering Naha. I consider it play for me. That's why with some years I have a budget, some years I don't have a budget. I'm not affiliated with a manufacturer. I've never had a manufacturer pay for my shoots before. Right. Everything's out of pocket, and it can get really expensive, especially if you're buying a ton of hair. I've never had hair companies gift me hair before. They've offered to it, but
if you are a hair company and you would like to gift Jake hair or very long extensions for the hair nerds, we're all about that too. So go ahead.
Yes, if there is, I'm changing my ways. But I think that, but I also like to know that I've done it on my own. I think there's a certain satisfaction of me doing it on my own instead of being like, oh, well, this person helped me here, this person helped me here.
Right.
I just, I like the help of assistants, and I will recognize that. But, when it comes to, I think Naha is a great thing, and I would say enter it if you've never entered before. And plus, if you ever nominated, you come and meet all these amazing people, and hopefully they'll stalk you one day.
Yeah, right. So. Well, and speaking of assistants, I know that you co-own one of the Lunatic Fringe salons.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, say I'm a new professional, and I just graduated beauty school, and I want to be an assistant somewhere like Lunatic, somewhere that's won like the master, business award for Naha. What do I need to do? Am I putting together a portfolio? Is it all about the resume? Is it just harassing you and showing up and being like, hi, I work for you now? Like, what's my game plan?
I would say, as a hairdresser, if you're in school, you need to start looking for a place to work 6 months before you're about to graduate. You should start doing your research locally. If you're going to be moving, you need to start getting your foot inside the door. If you go to school 5 days a week, and find out if this salon, if it's Lunatic Fringe, we like people to come into our salon and just help us out. And them helping us out is us getting to know you getting to know our staff, and it kind of, we build this relationship. So I would say, as a hairdresser, you need to look the part. Okay, we've had people come in where if you don't know anything about our brand, Lunatic Fringe, all right, the colors you wear in our salon are black, white, and gray, period. That's it. If you come dressed in jeans, all right, we're going to tell you to leave, even if you don't work for us, because you don't represent our brand. If you don't know anything about our company, do some research before. And this is what's kind of funny as well, is I think that hairdressers, they come in, they've heard of Lunatic Fringe, but they know nothing about the company. We have a website. You can search out many people, okay? One of the things is these people will come in, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what's your name? They're like, oh, my name's Jackie. Jackie, it's nice to meet you. They're like, what's your name? I was like, oh, my name's Jake. And they're like, so how long have you been with the company? Oh, I just started 6 months ago. And so
totally
I'm basically going to screw with you, right? If you don't know, and I'm not saying, you just have to know who people are in the industry, and it comes down to knowing who people are outside of the school you went to, right? So potentially it can open up many opportunities for you if you know who these people are. So do your research.
Absolutely. And I think just because, I think that sometimes Lunatic Fringe is affiliated with Paul Mitchell a little bit because there's, the people like Sean and Angie own the school in Salt Lake.
Yeah,
but you guys, you aren't just Paul Mitchell. I know that you've hired people from everywhere, and so I think even if you think there's that affiliation, and maybe you didn't go to a Paul Mitchell school, or maybe you didn't go to an Aveda school, and you're applying at what you would consider an Aveda salon, that if that's somewhere that you think is going to be a good fit, still definitely do that research and reach out.
Yes, and I mean, if you're an amazing hairdresser, we want you. You know, if you're passionate about your craft, we want you. You know, if you feel you're technically not as good as you want to be, but you still have a great heart and you want success, we can make you a better hairdresser. Come.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Jake, where can people find you online? On the internet, because the internet exists, and if you are going to apply for Jake Thompson's assisting position, you should know who he is. Where can people find you?
Instagram is on at Jake Thompson Hair, and website jakethompsoncreative.com.
Mm-hmm.
Then with Lunatic Fringe, lunaticfringesalon.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if again, where can people find you, Erin?
The Hair Nerds, thehairnerds.com. We've done some extensive research into Jake and we've gone to his studio. We just invite ourselves everywhere. So you can definitely get the inside scoop on all of Jake's, his personal life, whatever, at thehairnerds.com.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sitting down.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.